is just sheer number of reviews a stronger ranking factor than ever? I've seen people adding 2 or more reviews a day and climbing the map's rankings big time. Interesting. So I will preface this to say that I haven't tested reviews since the last update or even the last couple updates. But I don't think it would just be the sheer number of reviews, because otherwise you could go and see that visually just by doing searches. I do plenty of local searches, and that's not what the SERPs look like. It doesn't. The listings with the most reviews aren't always at the top. Many times I see them buried near the bottom. And if it was reviews were a really strong signal by themselves, those listings with the hundreds or thousands of reviews would be solidly placed in the SERP somewhere. Possibly what you could be seeing is something else that you mentioned last week or the week before. Is there a freshness factor now from stuff happening to the listing? Could we be seeing some type of freshness factor, or even an interaction factor? Not necessarily a review, that it's the review itself, but is it just somebody interacting with that listing that's increasing it? Not saying maybe they're keyword optimized reviews, maybe they're SEOs that have a review source and they're strategically placing the keywords and related terms
with the
within
recent
the reviews.
update, that might even play a part in that too.
But just reviews by themselves, I don't see that still as a super strong ranking signal. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same page there. With the recent Google update that they just announced, I could definitely see the context of the reviews being taken into consideration when determining what a listing is about. So I can maybe see how that would impact it.
And if what you're looking at, the person that asked this question, maybe that was what they were looking at was the results of another agency that had that process in place, and they were keyword optimizing, or maybe that could be it.
I've seen a lot of listings, like you said, where when they go stagnant, no driving directions, we're not doing ongoing posting or anything, they start to kind of slip in the rankings. Specifically over the past 30, 60 days, I've been observing that. So we've been, personally, me staying more on top with keeping them active, more than ever, just having a regular posting schedule on the GMB, which is why we now have the posting service. Will definitely, I think, combat that. And I think that it would be interesting too, because when you say just reviews, that would tell me that if you just had someone come and leave a review without putting anything descriptive in it, just giving it 5 stars, that would be the ranking factor.
Yeah.
And I don't see that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That just doesn't seem to correlate. So, I think reviews are important, though, especially when it comes to click-through rate and trust factors. We've seen a lot even in the attorney space where lower review count, if you have 1 or 2 and you're next to someone with 45, you get a lot less of those calls.
I noticed that on some of my listings, especially one of my lead gen listings is suffering from some bad reviews, just because the company I'm selling their leads to isn't the greatest.
Oh yeah.
And I'm struggling just to keep a 3.5 star rating, and I actually saw my calls drop significantly, where I was consistently delivering 60 to 70 billable calls a week, and now some weeks we're down in half of that. And it's just because the reviews, in my opinion. I mean, the rankings didn't suffer. The rankings are still great. So,
well, we know how important reviews are just to the consumer. I mean, Angie's List built a whole business on it. You know what I mean? Like that, people used to pay for Angie's List just to access the reviews. So, yeah, when you're looking at a 5-star, 5-star, and then a 3.4 star, that's going to influence the consumer on, I'm going to call these two.
It's like 3.8, 3.8, and 3.5.
But what do the reviews actually say, too, is the
They
question.
don't say anything. The bad ones don't say anything good. Even though, I'm not even going to go into it on this. But it's not, people just, the company's not the greatest that I'm selling the leads to, but the consumer just didn't get that they weren't actually billed. It was a hold and not a bill. So a lot of them say, "Ooh, they took $60 on my credit card." They charge a $60 authorization, and if they don't show up, the authorization ends up going off in a couple days.
But the point is, reviews matter.
That's what the reviews say. If you really want to know, that's what those reviews say.
Oh yeah. No, I've worked for businesses even before getting an SEO that just they weren't the greatest businesses, and yeah, trust me, it's an uphill battle. So reviews are important. I don't think it's a ranking factor though.
Not by themselves.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't
with
think
content
so.
optimized. Yeah, maybe even a freshness now.
Definitely, probably want to test that more to really determine it.